Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of Vool, and in this video I've got something awesome bevel related for you. So I just got shown this and I thought I'd share it because this is fantastic. So we've got something here with beveled edges and those bevels are destructive. So we've got geometry there, there's nothing non-destructive about this. In fact, I made that and then added this to it later. Yet we can still modify the bevel, or we can modify the other bevel on the other side. Yep, this is now the cheapest way I know of to modify a destructive bevel. And what's even cooler about this is we can now set it so that they modify both bevels. Now if you thought that's cool, I'm going to go through how we do this and the add-on that does it, but I'm not sure if this is even the most exciting bit, because that bit made me swear on a bus, and I got lots of people looking at me. So if you want to see the thing that could have saved me hours of my life, stick around. Okay, so here we are in a new file, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is to set up, and also what else it can do. Let's just scale that somewhere there, and actually let's just maybe scale the whole thing up a bit and apply the scale. Now, what I want to do is firstly mention this, because I think it's really important, especially if you've seen this for the first time, is that we can do this non-destructively for free, because I don't want you spending your money on something that you don't need. So let's just go into edge mode. We're going to select this edge and we're going to add in a bevel modifier. So bevel, and we're going to add that in here. That's going to bevel everything. Now this is using a free add-on called modifier list. Just go to edit, preferences, and then type in get extensions modifier. Okay, and you'll find modifier list, install it, and that's just setting this up to look this way. Yours will look slightly different but with all the same options. And one of those options is that we can set the limit method to vertex group. So what I'm going to do here is come to just here, and I'm going to add a vertex group. If I was in vertex mode, even though I've got an edge selected, you can see it's selecting those two vertices at the end. So I can add that to a vertex group, click assign, and just to check it, deselect and then select it so we can see it's working. Come back to our modifier, and then now I can select vertex group, and then select here and click group. Now only this one is being selected. I can change the number of segments and I can change the offset. So if you need something non-destructive, this will work. Now what's interesting about this is if we wanted to, we could come into this edge as well, and we could add this to our vertex group. So we can always do this on two edges as well. So let's come to our vertex group, just here, and then we're going to click on here and click select. So we've now got this one selected, and we've got that one, and we'll assign it, deselect and select it to check that it's working. You'll see that now that's got a bevel. So this works great, but there is a really big problem with this. Firstly, it must be non-destructive, so we can be a bit limited on what we can do. But also, because of the way this works off of vertices, if I click this edge, okay, notice that we've now got all of these vertices selected, and if I come back in, it now thinks these edges are selected. Okay, so these edges here, we're going to notice we're going to start getting a problem. If I come over here and I've now got these two vertices selected and I come into my vertex group, click assign, it now bevels everything. It's going to bevel these edges as well. So we've got a problem limiting this. So that's a big issue with this, which we're not going to have here. But this is going to be paid for, but I think it's worth it. So let's have a look at this. So what we're going to do is just go into an edge, and I'm just going to select those two, Control and B, and bevel them and put them to whatever we want. I'm actually going to Shift and D this at this point to make a duplicate, just so I can mention another add-on, because I think it really needs mentioning, because there are some limitations to this as well. Now what we're not going to do is add a modifier. We're just going to go into vertex mode, and I'm going to click those vertices. Come to my end panel, and we're going to use snap measure. Yeah, I've done a few videos on this recently, and I kind of thought I was done with making videos for this for a little bit, because I'd made quite a few, and the creator has not been resting on their laurels and has been working really hard. And this is where this comes in. So we've now got this option here, if I just drag this out, to add a bevel. And if I click that, we get this information about our bevel. We get the arc length, and most importantly, we get the radius of this. Now do bear in mind that if we've got a 90-degree shape, that radius is exactly the same as our width there, okay? So radius equals width as long as we've got a 90-degree arc. And what I need to do now is come to this line. Let's just go back into vertex mode, and I need to tell it that we're doing something and we need to assign this to a bevel. We've only got it on this arc. I could have put it on this one. So what we're going to do is select those and say we need to affect both of them. So assign bevel. From now on, I could just change this radius. And I can do that in object mode or edit mode. Either way, it doesn't matter. Awesome. Now, if we come to the other one, let's just go into vertex mode. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to come up here and click bevel. This is now going to add a line B. So let's expand that out. Select these, and we're going to assign the bevel. And now I can do the same thing here. So we've now got two lines that we can control, and we can control the bevel for. Now, this add-on is very cheap for what it does. It also does really cool things where we can control widths and things like that. I've done several videos on that, so if you want to check those out, I'll put a link to the playlist for this in the description. But before we go any further with this and I show you the other thing that's really cool and how to link these together, I do just want to mention that there is another add-on that does this, and it does it in a slightly different way, which is Mesh Machine. Mesh Machine is more expensive, but it has a lot of different things it can do to it. I'll also put a link to my playlist on Mesh Machine. It is very, 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 very good. It does so much more than just this. Snap Measure does as well, but in a different way. So this is very, very good. So if I let's just drag that in, hit Y here, and I hit refuse, well, it's going to get confused, so I'm just going to press R to swap that around. I can now actually change the number of segments. We can't do that with Snap Measure, and if I press W, I can change the width as well. There are other things that you can do with this. This also has loads and loads of other functions. But what I can't do is link this to another bevel and have it work in exactly the same way. So that is quite interesting that this can be linked together. So we'll just have a look at how we do that. It's very easy. All I do is say, for example, I want line B. Let's come to the radius and copy that. To control line A. Let's come to line A, go to the radius, paste that, and now we can see it's turned purple because it's added in a driver. I can get rid of line A, and now line B controls both. Pretty sweet. And obviously we can do this on any bevels, and because it's using drivers, we can do funky things like bring in, let's just say a cube. I'll just bring this over here. Let's scale it up in everything other than the Y. And then let's Shift and D, something there. Let's do that, and then sort of make this a little bit correct. So there, and then we'll destructively bevel that. I appreciate this isn't perfect. But what we can do is go into edge mode, let's say that one and that one, Control and B, and bevel both of them. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing. So what I'm actually going to do is delete line A, so the other one gets renamed. I don't need this many lines, and we'll just do these ones quickly. So there, call it a bevel. You'll notice it works fine on bevels that are concave as well as convex. Do the same thing here. So we're going to have to assign that bevel, and then we'll do the same thing here. Add a bevel. There we go. And then come to line C and assign that. So what we've got now are two bevels that work separately, and importantly, our line B bevel I think looks better with a radius somewhere about there. Oh look, it's approximately half that of line C. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this for line B, go to line C, and then paste it in, and then I can just click on this and then say actually I want this multiplied by 2. So I've just typed times 2 in, and now anything we do to radius B gets double the same done to radius C, and I think we'll agree that looks much better. So yeah, this isn't even the bit that made me swear. Okay, so let's just bear that in mind. What we're going to do here is come back here, so I've just undone all of that, and we've got our line B and our line A, and we're going to do something that I think is really cool. So say I've got a bevel here, and I want to put in a bolt, some sort of circle. So let's Shift A, Mesh, Cylinder. We'll up that to 128, something like that. Rotate that round in the X-axis, 90 degrees. And I want this hole to be about that wide, something like there. And I want this, well, to nicely match that bevel. I want it in the correct place, not somewhere off. This takes quite a bit of time to sort out. You start drawing in extra edges, or you start aligning different bits together. Well, not anymore. So line A, here we go. I'm just going to say line A, I want to put a snapping point in the middle. That sets it to there, the center of our bevel, or what would be an imaginary circle if we put this as a circle. And then I can come into snap measure, Control Shift and V to do that, or I can click start snapping up here. It's now turned to stop snapping, so start snapping. And then I can do a grab. So Control Shift and C. I'm going to grab the center of that face. I'm going to lock this to move on anything but the y-axis, so Shift and Y, and move it there. There we go. That is now perfectly centered on that bevel. So I can Control Shift and minus if I want to. How good is that? Now I don't think I could safely add up the amount of time I've wasted adding screw holes or holes, trying to perfectly align them to the center of the theoretical bevel. Now, the last thing I want to mention is that if I just bring in a new cube, that's just G, and bring that up here, this will work on other non-perfect bevels. What I mean by that is even if it's not 90 degrees, I can create a bevel, something like that, and we can still do it for this. So I can come here to there, let's just minimize all the lines, add a bevel in, there we go, and then select those, and then once again for our line C now, assign that bevel, and this works perfectly fine. Okay, so we can do this with not 90-degree bevels. However, there is a limitation that I do need you to be aware of, and that is the fact that we need to have a bevel with a profile of 0.5. So if I come to a bevel and select this edge, when you do Control and B, and something like that, this has got a profile shape of 0.5. We can change that profile shape to be different. This will not work, or will not work correctly on anything other than 0.5. So do bear that in mind. I want you to be aware of that limitation. But damn, this is awesome. I just immediately can think of 1,000,001 uses for this. But that bit of perfectly getting the center of that circle really hit me. I thought that was brilliant. Anyway, let me know what you think of this. Is this something you're going to find useful? For me, this is just an awesome addition to an already fantastic add-on. But for other people, I imagine this might be the sole reason of wanting to buy this add-on. Speaking of buying this add-on, there is an affiliate link in the description. In fact, there's two, because it's now available on Superhive, not just on Gumroad. Though, obviously, it will stay supported in both locations if you've already purchased it on Gumroad previously. Hope to see you in the next video, and have a great day.